welcome to another episode of Files from the Officia Tempere for Out of the Basement. I am Patrick Leeson. Today's topic or thought is, would the Imperium have gone to war eventually with Mars had the Emperor's Grand Crusade succeeded and Horus not fallen to chaos, resulting in the Horus Heresy? Now, in the 32nd millennium, the Emperor Mankind left the Grand Crusade under Horus's supervision, calling him the War Master, and went back to work on the secret Webway project, which basically was using technology from the Eldar and possibly the Catan or other races, which bypassed more dangerous areas of the warp for travel. So it would be basically a walkway, a travel way through the warp, but was protected and safe from the beings of the warp. This would allow the Imperium to be fully connected, easy access, and not worrying about, again, chaos. But another thing that the Emperor's Grand Crusade was based on, besides getting rid of the Xenos, was actually the so-called Imperial truth, which was promoting secularism instead of spiritualism and faith and that sort of idea. So he didn't want religions around in his Imperium. This is why he castrated Logar for making the Emperor out to be a god to the Logar's planets that he managed to bring into the Imperium. Wow, I'm doing well today. We're going to cut this out. So, Logar was castrated for making the Emperor out to be a god to the worlds that he brought into the Imperium. The Emperor wanted secular truth to be above all. But when you look at the Mars part of the Imperium, because I mean they were heavily reliant upon each other. Mars was able to get forge worlds and find lost technology and stuff like that due to the Grand Crusade. So they benefited a lot from helping the Emperor. The reason the Emperor went along with them is he didn't at the time, when he worked out the truce, he didn't have the power to defeat Mars. So he used his normal method of expediency, worked out a deal with Mars to allow them autonomy within the Empire, so he could actually continue with the Grand Crusade and unite all of humanity under his banner. The thing is, though, he did not like the spiritual following going on, I'm sure, of Mars. Mars believes heavily in machine spirits and that sort of thing. It's all rites. It is a religion. Like, they have the Omisa, which they believed the Emperor either was or a representative of the Omisa. So they built up a cult of him, which is why they went along with him. They believed, yes, he is either the reincarnation or an avatar of the Omisa. This goes against the secular truth, the imperial truth that the Emperor wanted spread across the Empire. So, let's say the Crusades actually managed to succeed. Horus did not fall to chaos. The Empire grows. The Webways works. Magnus is sitting on the golden throne seat to actually help control the Webway, so it's open and active, and humanity spreads even further. They're safe from chaos going through the warp. I think there's a couple potential things that could have happened. One, if Horus didn't fall, if Erebus didn't get Logar to fall because Logar went a little wacky because he needed to follow a god after the Emperor chastised him, and he went and found chaos. Another thing that happened from that is they corrupted the Fabricator General of Mars with corrupt data code, which made them turn chaotic and start doing the, true spirits, never born, the warp beings, and adding them into existing technology. I think this is where another aspect that Chaos was going for, in case Horus didn't fall, they planted that seed so that eventually they'd be able to take Mars over, and Mars would revolt and follow Chaos against the Imperium. So I believe, one way or another, there would have been civil war in the Imperium. Even if it hadn't been Horus and the Primarchs, it would have been Mars and their followings becoming the traitors. I mean, they still were, but not to the extent because of Horus. This would have been probably a shorter-lived or a harder civil war, because the reason it was so hard with Horus, he had some of the Primarchs, he had the military, and he had Mars with him. So he had basically almost half the Empire was with him. And this is why it was a horrible civil war. But Mars would have had all the Forge worlds and everything else acting. They would have controlled a lot of the ships were controlled by their technology. So they would have been able to stop ships from arriving, or just open up to the warp, drop the Geller field, open it up to the warp, and let hell go through those ships. The other one, so let's say that I'm thinking it would have happened no matter what. It had Horus not fallen, Mars would have become corrupted one way or another, and they would have gone to the Civil War. And the other one is, let's say that the Fabricator General did fall, there was a small revolt, but it got taken over, Mars became back again, part of the Imperium. I still think there would have been eventually a civil or a war against Mars, because the Imperial truth does not want spiritualism or faith or belief in non-others to be prevalent. So I think over time he would have started branching out, having more and more other technologies developed by his own people instead of Mars, and shutting them out more and more from their, spiritual followings, and trying to gather scientists, in the Imperium and the Space Marines, so that they wouldn't be so heavy reliant upon Mars and Mars technology. This again would have resulted in a civil war, because Mars would have decided, no, wait, we can't have that. We are too important to you. So that's what I think would have happened. Eventually, there would have been civil war with the Imperium between the Emperor's empire and Mars and their followers. What do you think? What do you agree, disagree? Put comments, video replies, anything. But I said, again, this is my take on what I've read so far, and the fluff of the background of the 30th century, 30th millennium. All right, thank you very much, and have a good day.